And before every fight, we have a lot of pressure. Maybe now this pressure is a bit stronger. This is our home audience. This is the city where I live in. But on the other hand, I'm feeling very happy that I don't have to travel, change time zones, and it is a sort of a pressure, but I can cope with it. But also, I love to hear how the audience is supporting me, and this is something priceless. This is a feeling that I did live through, but this is a special feeling every time I live through this, and I'm so happy, and I have my friends surrounding me, and it is a special feeling. When taking into account the good sides and the bad sides, this is very positive for me. There are some bad things about it, but generally I feel very happy about being in Croatia.
You both have fought once before. You both trained together. If you could share how well you know one another as fighters, strengths and weaknesses going into this fight.
It is true. We did fight before. We were sparring partners as well. Remy, we all know how he fights. He has his own style. I have my own style. He knows my style, so there are not any secrets. It doesn't really matter how much we discover of our styles, but at the end, what will be the crucial thing is going to be some detail, some concentration failure, or just a little mistake, a little movement that went wrong. This is something that will lead to the knockout. So at the end, the concentration will prevail. Who is going to be more calm is going to win.
Thank you.
Can I have Remy's response?
Sure.
Yeah, like Mirko said, it's all in the details. It's because everybody knows his left high kick, and everybody knows my jumping knee and all that. He knows, everybody knows. So it's all in details. Like he said, there's going to be a moment that he's not concentrated. There's going to be a moment that I'm not concentrated. So at that moment when we strike and when we kick and when we hit, there's going to be the difference. And we're going to make a real spectacle of it. We're going to work hard. We're going to try to really beat each other up. And we're going to see some spectacle tomorrow. Saturday.
Thank you, Remy. Moving on.
Does this fact that this is the last fight for you in your career change anything in your mindset? Could it happen that you could be more like, I don't want to be injured in my last fight, or something like that, you know, or you will fight like it's your first fight?
Well, I hope I will not fight like it's my first fight, because you don't want to see my first fight. But I'm not thinking about the injuries, because I don't have any fight coming up after this one. So I'm willing to give everything. I'm willing to give everything for myself, for my team, Ivan, Charlie, Terrence. I'm willing to give everything for my audience, my fans, my family. So I want to show the people that, hey, this is my last fight. Doesn't matter if I break a leg or get injured or anything. So I will do my very best to show the audience, show the people that what I'm made of.
Next question.
Very similar question. Very similar question. How does this mean? What does this mean for you, being in glory, within glory? Igor first. It means a lot, and as you said, this is a Champions League for us. For every kickboxer, being within glory is a special thing. It means a lot to us. For me, I'm motivated to the maximum. I've been training a lot. I've been training with Mladen. We were really conducted by our trainer to give the best of us. We were preparing for a long time, and we are giving the best. And then as far as Saturday is concerned, the motivation is at the maximum. There is no more, and I'm sure that you can expect a very good fight. Thank you, Igor. Mladen? As he said, I can just repeat what he said. This means a lot to me. However, this will not mean too much if I lose, because the defeat will not bring any good. So if I win, it will mean much more. This will be the thing which will open the doors for me in glory. And if I lose, I don't know what will happen then. 2 years ago, you were thinking, Mladen, to leave sport, and now you're in glory. What is this? How come this happened? In this sport, there is a very fine line between the fighting in the top level and just giving up. Every fighter, when approaching the expiry date, comes to a certain point where we want to just leave everything. So the psychological pressure exists. However, this question is a very tough one. This was a question that really was very actively thought about 6 months ago. And for 6 months, I wasn't fighting, and I was thinking about leaving everything, that everything is pointless. But now I'm so happy that I connected with Mr. Zovko. He changed a lot of things in my career, and I wish to thank him for this.
Question for Mirko and for Remy. I'll put it to Mirko first, seeing as we're in your hometown. Obviously, you're both veterans of K1 and the glory days in Japan. And when you look at what Glory is doing now in America and trying to expand the sport outside
please talk slower. I don't understand British English.
I'll try again. So when you look at what Glory is doing now and pushing the sport in the USA and stuff, like, how do you feel about the future of kickboxing? How do you feel like it's in safe hands and it's looking at an expansion?
I will try to answer. I'm not kidding. British English is something very difficult for me to understand. When you speak, John, it's very difficult to understand. I already answered this question. Glory is doing a great job. They are expanding. They are doing great things in America, and I believe they are going to be a big deal for this sport. However, there will be always a dilemma, because there will be fans who will think that kickboxing is more attractive, and there will be fans who will think that free fighting is more interesting. However, there are very interesting fights in both of these sports. Some of the matches will be more interesting than the others, and when the fight is very slow, then I would say that kickboxing is more attractive, more dynamic, and we are constantly kicking there. 3 rounds, 3 minutes. The exchange of fights and the knockout is much quicker. However, the world of kickboxing is very big, very wide, and we are really waiting for an organization like Glory to expand the funds, the popularity of these sports. And the American market is the richest market, and when we expand there, everything goes throughout the world. And I am very happy because of this to have Glory here in Zagreb, in Croatia, and the Glory is really taking the right path for this sport. They are doing the right things for us to expand.
I think that the same question was also for Remy, right?
Well, I believe that a big organization like this, it's been wonderful since I've been fighting for Glory. I mean, if you look at how fast they are growing, how fast everybody knows everything about Glory right now. So, this is the biggest organization, and they're working real hard to make it even bigger. But it takes some time. It takes some time to get to the highest level, and I think they are making a big effort, and they're working hard. So I believe in a couple of years, everybody will know Glory, and I still believe that all the fighters want to fight in Glory. I think it's going to be an honor for every fighter in the kickboxing discipline that want to fight in Glory. So I believe they have a good future, and I hope it will get even better than this.
Thank you, Remy. Moving on to the next question, Mr. Bradic.
Questions for Dutch fighters, Michael Duty, Jafar Wilnes. This time, you guys, you already fought here in Zagreb, and you said that the crowd was great. But this time, you will have this crowd against you, and also you will have tough Croatian fighters against you. How do you feel about that, both of you, about that crowd that will not support you this time? Yeah?
I hope after the fight they love me. Yeah, what can I say? Yeah, of course we have the public against us, but yeah, I think they love my fighting style, and yeah, we will see afterwards what they're gonna do. But I hope they're cheering for me.
For me, it's the same, you know. They're fighting in their hometown. Everybody is for them, but yeah, that only makes me stronger. You know? Then I know what I must do.
Any bad blood? Any bad blood between you and Croatian guys before the fight?
No, not from my side. We are all professionals, and we respect each other in the ring. It's another story, but outside the ring, a lot of respect for them.
Mr. Du, the same question.
Yeah, for me the same. I respect him, and I hope he respects me also. So, yeah.
How well do you know your opponent?
I saw his tapes. My trainer saw his tapes. I know he's a southpaw, but I can deal with that. I fight already 4 times against a southpaw. I knocked them all out. So Saturday, I will try to do it again.
For me, it's the same. I train on it, and so that Saturday we will see if the training works.
Evo pitanje za Orsata.
Question for Orsat. Can you tell us something about Glory and how much Glory means for Croatia? How is the ticket sales going, and how many countries will have the transmission of the game? This is definitely the biggest spectacle we did so far. Last year we had the biggest thing, and now we moved the boundaries, and Glory is definitely the biggest organization. So far we really went all the way to really do everything they're required, and they confirmed that everyone who comes to the arena, regardless of how much of a fan they are, they will all have a top-notch show. The tickets are selling great. We sold 9,000 tickets for this show, and I believe that Saturday there will be no tickets available. The capacity is a bit lower than last year because Glory has a scene which is a very complicated. So we lost like 4,000 places, and the maximum capacity is to 12,000. So that will be a full audience. Glory gave us the information that their distribution house, they gave us this, there is 170 countries which will have this fight transmitted. It's very difficult for Americans to watch us because we will go live, and they will still have this fight transmitted on TV, broadcasted live, and people are interested. So this tells us as a fact that we are very interested. 173 countries will have this fight live.
Moving on. Mr. Bradić.
Questions for Mr. Andrew Whitaker. Is this event in Zagreb kind of testing of Zagreb as a possible future home for another Glory events?